XRP is going to go through the roof when this happens. So what is this amazing news? The video for today will talk about that and some other huge things that have been happening in the crypto world. This is because there will be a huge acceptance curve during this bull cycle, which will definitely send the price of XRP through the roof, but it's not going to happen when a lot of you think it will. And before that happens, there will be more red days. These are some very important technical indicators that we are going to talk about in today's movie. You should also be very careful of some very big institutional traps. That's what today's video is going to be about. Make sure you hit the like button, and now let's talk about some crypto news that's going on right now. Starting with Morgan Stanley, a $1.35 trillion asset manager, saying it held more than $179 million worth of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin ETF holds all of this huge amount of money. This does not even include the rest of the cryptocurrencies or ETFs they own. It's clear that that's a big deal. And the number of Bitcoin ETFs they hold has grown by 187 million just this year, and they're still adding more because some of their bank's customers want to get more involved with cryptocurrencies in general. It usually takes a while for these kinds of adoption curves to form, but the speed at which Bitcoin ETFs are being adopted is truly amazing. Cryptocurrency is being used more quickly than in almost any other market in history. It's never happened before. Not even during the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s did I see this much capital come into a place in such a short amount of time. Right now, we can also see that other very large companies like MetaMask are making a lot of noise. With MasterCard, MetaMask has started to work together on debit cards. MetaMask is already very big. I mean, I use their Cash App. This is very useful if you want to do any kind of transaction on the Ethereum mainnet BNB hexagon or any of the many other blockchains. Eventually, I think even Avalanche and Solana will be able to use it. And the fact that they're working with MasterCard will make cryptocurrency even easier for people like me to use for everyday purchases. There are plans for me to work with some of these credit card companies on my channel to bring you guys some really cool stuff, like flying some of you out to make a lot of purchases. Make a Mr. Beast-style movie that all of you can watch on my dime, of course. It's up to you guys to be a part of that. Make sure you like and follow so you know about it. When I start these tasks, which should be soon since I want to start posting XRP-related content, a lot of really cool things are also going on here. As a first point, we recently heard from a crypto law lawyer about the current XRP case and what the courts are likely to do next. Please pay close attention to this, as the speaker is clearly an expert. He knows everything there is to know about the case and what's likely to happen next. Let's watch the video. The CC should just move on from this case if they were smart. Again, the judge says that there are no victims and that no one has lost anything in this case. There are no claims of scam. In this case, nothing helps the SEC do its main job, but everyone knows that the SEC is not logical when it comes to crypto. In fact, the court in our case criticized the SEC for not following the law and instead focusing on lawsuits, games, and tactics. It wouldn't surprise me if the SEC did file an appeal. But let me say a few things first. To begin, and I believe this is very important for everyone to understand, XRP is not a bond, and trading XRP on the secondary market as non-security trades. That is the law, and it won't change even if the SEC files an appeal. Please pay attention to that. Also, I want people to think about whether or not they appeal. I hope they don't, and if they were reasonable, they shouldn't, but they're not. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, which is where this case will go, has a record of overturning lower courts less than 10% of the time. And we're sure that any appeal would be successful if the SEC challenged it because Judge Torres looked at all the problems in this case with great care and thought. That's really great news, right? All of us are hoping for good news about that. In this sentence, he's basically saying that the SEC can never go back on the decision that XRP is not an asset. That's not a problem then. That's really amazing. The SEC may now want to question the size of the settlement. They can, but the courts will not like it. That means that even if they do it, it probably won't lead to anything good for them, which is again amazing news. They can do it if they want to, but to be honest, as the lawyer said, no one who put money into XRP lost any money. Let's be honest, it's a lost cause from the start. It's a question. I've been getting a lot, right? What's next for XRP now that there have been so many changes in politics and court decisions? What's the next step? Well, there's a lot. And now I'll say there are some bad things. Some people are against crypto, like Elizabeth Warren, who is very against it. In order to change the prices of many digital assets, they say that their activities involve moving money. But here's the thing. Most people, whether they're Democrats or Republicans, are now starting to understand that cryptocurrency is here to stay. It's clear that people value cryptocurrency a lot, and these leaders need to change their minds if they want to see, has their work led to anything good? At this point, it's political death for many of these people to be against crypto, which is huge. And speaking of future relationships, Ripple just announced a huge one with SBI Digital, a company based in Japan. Together, they will use the XRP ledger to further develop Web3. Now, on Tuesday, they said that they had formed a new strategic relationship with Ripple to encourage the use of the XRP ledger in the Web 3.0 community and the SBI digital community. A well-known Japanese financial services company is working to promote and grow the use of Web3 technologies. And this is where I have to praise Japan a lot. They have been using XRP in their banking business, and now they are making some very smart choices about other partnerships in the Web3 space. Also, a lot of Japanese video game developers like Square Enix are making huge leaps into the NFT space. These guys have made insane games like Final Fantasy and other incredible games that have made billions and billions of dollars. This is really exciting stuff, and we can't stress enough how important partnerships like this are going to be. We're likely to see a lot more of these kinds of partnerships now. You might be thinking why XRP isn't going to the moon. Because of the partnership news, it's pretty easy to see why it hasn't happened yet. It's still too quiet for us to hear. We haven't seen the use case and usefulness yet. Since we don't know everything about what they're doing in the Web3 space yet, we can't say for sure how big this relationship will be. But I can say this, if we make enough partnerships like this one that use the XRP ledger, we're getting more and more supply, which will be easier to handle now that regulations are clearer. This will have a big effect on prices over the next few months, especially since the market is going up right now. This is exactly why a lot of experts are looking forward to XRP going back up to 65 cents. As we saw recently when we won our case against the SEC, now we can see that XRP has done much better than most other coins over the last 30 days, going up more than 7%. In the past week, there was an 8% drop. Of course, the correction I was asking for on this station, at the moment, each coin is worth about 55 cents. I do believe this is a great amount to keep the dollar cost average at. I do believe that there will be a lot of good price momentum during a certain time period, which I will demonstrate. Still, the bounce should be here. Right now. It's clear that these experts think Ripple is on track to reach its goal of 65 cents since they have high plans for XRP in 2024. The crypto seems to be stuck between a support level of 56 and a resistance level 57 on the hourly chart right now. Since then, we've dropped to 55 cents. As the Siders trend has taken hold, that has happened, and Thursday looks like it will have more buyers and sellers competing for the top spot. We're trading sideways right now, and I'm going to show you some technicals that really back up the idea that this is likely to continue. I'll start by showing you some simple technicals, such as the stochastic RSI, or if we look at the daily stochastic RSI chart, we can see that we are trading right in the middle. This was the case just a few days ago before that huge rise. We did reach a huge turning point where I told you to buy like crazy around August 5th. If you did buy, like I said, you opened long positions at 48 cents, like I said, you sold off when I went live on stream after our huge pump. Well, you would have seen crazy gates. In fact, I pretty much doubled my holdings because I was trading with 5x leverage, which is a lot of money. I made $10,000 in 30 minutes. Right now, it's not a good idea to trade with any leverage at all because we could go in either direction. We're in the middle of a consolidation point, and there's a 50/50 chance that we'll go up or down. Whether we're going to dump to the downside or pump to the upside as things stand now, and I like how clear this is. I don't have any open XRP positions, but I am looking at the one-day stochastic RSI chart and seeing that we are going below this level right now. I'm going to open a long trade. Now I'm just waiting for the markets to decide whether they'll do a pump or a dump. Either way is fine with me. I know it's about a 50/50 chance right now. Right now, I promise you that institutions are just waiting for you to start a position, and then they will do the exact opposite and close down. As much as you can, right? In terms of leverage, I don't think now is a good time to buy. For now, though, it's fine to use the dollar cost average. If we look at the weekly picture, patterns that make us worry could also be seen.